graces do not fool me, and your fortune hunter crazy, I can tell. And the things you say are just to calm me, and the things you say exceeding well. And you never quite believe a thing I tell you. Well, just how wrong can anybody be? And the things I say, I only say to please you, because pleasing you a little pleases me. Sweet love remembered, sweet love recalled, you thought it best that you should lose it all. You can hide a raven from the light of day, but a lover must find her own way. Oh, your airs and easy graces do not fool me, but in you I can see my favor grow. Though love's a first and dangerous illusion, and we feel that we are greater than we know, but you have got a lot of things before you, all the places in the future out of sight, and you've yet to learn that it's all one great confusion, all the deeds of day and fables of the night. Sweet love remembered, sweet love recalled, you thought it best that we should lose it all. You can hide a raven from the light of day, but a lover must find her own way. You're busy looking where they will not find you, and when you're gone I'll be the last to know. Though if you're ever lonely for a moment, hey, remember someone somewhere loved you so. Sweet love remembered, sweet love recalled, you thought it best that we should lose it all. And though your gentleness is broken by anger's tyranny, oh, a lover must always be free. And though at every moment you wish she'd rest and stay, oh, a lover must find her own way. As I walked out one morning in the springtime of the year, I overheard a sailor talking to his lady fair. Come give your ring to me, love, for I soon must sail away. And it's lovely on the water to hear the music play, for our queen has called for fighting men, and I feel I must obey. But it's lovely on the water to hear the music play. The wind was blowing strongly as our ship it sailed away. Oh, but it's lovely on the water to hear the music play, for our queen has called for fighting men, and I feel I must obey. Ah, but it's lovely on the water to hear the music play. And Tower Hill is crowded with women weeping in the rain, for their sons who have gone to face the foe, and they may never see again. For our queen, she called for fighting men, and they felt they should obey. Oh, but it's silent on the water down by San Carlos Bay. As I walked out one morning in the springtime of this year, I overheard a sailor talking to his lady fair. It's a Sunday supplement world, 25 minutes from town, with the new Aston Martin halfway up the drive. If the Alfa Romeo breaks down, the dog kennel centrally heated, Jennifer's new horse, Mummy and Daddy are both holding hands, but not with each other, of course. In that Sunday supplement world, the brandy is 20 years old. Grandfather's eyes have that double-glazed look. Cigarettes are pure gold. Justin has just joined the army. A man's life is waiting for him. He's opted for arduous training to chat up the birds and drink gin. Stereo outfits in Perspex antique, wall-to-wall carpeted loose. Everyone earning 500 a week. What is a poor man to do in that Sunday supplement world? Security edges our guilt. It's a unit trust vision of heaven on earth, and it's all insured up to the hilt. There's a cocktail bar shaped like a bookcase, where the vodka is languidly poured. There's an au pair girl under the duvet, just in case Daddy gets bored. In that Sunday supplement world, the Blue Nun lasts right the meal through. Daddy's invited the boss for a bite to show him what Mummy can do. Daddy's in line for promotion. Everything's got to be right. If the shish kebab comes up to standard, well, the boss can have Mummy tonight. Habitat furnishings, book clubs galore. Everything follows the trend. There are secrets revealed of the Second World War, driving me right round the bend. So farewell to that supplement world. I'm cancelling you right away. Sundays can start being Sundays again. There will be nothing to pay. Farewell to my villa of Corfu. I can't be a supplement man. I'm going to reorder the Beano, 'cause I prefer Desperate Dan. She comes my way when the air is clear and sweet, with striking sound walls resound as she walks the cobble street. Sometimes I try to catch her eye and pass the time of day, but she turns her head and hurries on in a cold, unfriendly way. When the winter's lust for the clutching frost and the sun is a long time down, she's quick to scorn the early morn as she wakes the drowsy down. And still I try to catch her eye and pass the time of day, but she turns her head and hurries on in a cold, unfriendly way. When March is done and the April sun behind the falling rain is all I see, but not for me. She comes my way again. And if I smile and stop a while and pass the time of day, she'll turn her head and hurry on in a cold, unfriendly way. I wonder then if some young man has chanced to catch her eye. It's him she'll see instead of me as she goes swiftly by. And if I go and say hello and pass the time of day, she'll turn her head and hurry on in a cold, unfriendly way. The Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret that only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the summer, Margaret brings him breakfast, she believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes, his cap and coat are patched with love that Margaret sewed there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches the tugboats on canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks that he's alone and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Oh, long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. comes round, she winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea and whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up, singing some old love song. A song that Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two. They sing together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Oh, long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Come all you young fellas, wherever that you be, I'll have you pay attention and listen unto me. For it's by a young female I'm wounded full soon, and you see I'm cut down in the height of me bloom. It was last Monday morning as I lay in my bed, a young man come to me and unto me said, Get you up, Henry Higgins, and go you elsewhere, for they're bound out against you with the young Fanny Blair. Fanny Blair is a girl of 11 years old, and if I were dying the truth I'd unfold. It's I never had dealings with her in my time, and you see I'm to die for another man's crime. On the day of the trial, Squire Vernon was there, and on that green table they lifted Fanny Blair, and the lies that she swore to I'm ashamed for to tell. And the judge spoke up quickly, saying, You've told us it well. Henry Higgins of Branfield, oh, whither art thou flown? It's you're a poor prisoner, condemned and alone. And if Jackie McNeil of Newcastle were here, they'd find you innocent of that, I'm very sure. On the day that young Higgins was condemned for to die, the people rose up with a murmuring cry, saying, We'll catch her and we'll crop her, she's a perjuring little whore. Young Henry is innocent, we're sure. There's one thing I'll say before my life do end. Don't bury me in this poor prison so far from any friend. Take my body to lie in that cool Branfield mould, and I pray the Lord pardons that little girl's soul.